There was a man named Elias, a fisherman, who once believed life would be kind to him. But storms came. He lost his father, he lost his work, and eventually he lost himself. Every morning he sat alone by the Sea of Galilee, watching the waves rise and fall, wishing his life could rise again too. One day, a quiet crowd approached, and in the center was a man whose eyes held a warmth Elias hadn't felt in years. The first encounter. Jesus walked up to him and asked gently, "Who taught you to carry the eyes of someone who has given up?" Elias froze. No one had ever asked him that. He whispered, "I have nothing left to believe in." Jesus sat beside him, looking out over the water. This sea rises every day, even after storms tear it apart. You too were made to rise, even when you forget. God never does. Elias felt something shift inside him, small but real. Jesus placed a hand on his shoulder, a hand warm like morning light. "Come to me when you are tired, and I will lift you up." The child who returned to life. Days later, a scream cut through the town. A child had fallen, and his breath was slipping away. People cried, people panicked. The mother collapsed, begging for hope. Elias watched, helpless. Her pain reminded him of his own. Jesus stepped forward, quiet, steady. "The child is not gone," he said. "He is only asleep." People laughed at him. They doubted him. They doubted everything. But Jesus took the child's hand, a hand marked with small scars, scars that spoke of pain turned into purpose, and he whispered, "Little one, rise." The boy opened his eyes. The mother wept with joy. The crowd trembled in awe, and Elias felt faith returning to his heart for the first time in years. The question that changed a life. That night, Elias found Jesus again. "Teacher, how do you believe when no one else does? How do you stand when the world laughs at you?" Jesus smiled, a quiet smile that understood everything. "Because I know something they don't. People were not created to stay broken. They only forget." Then he asked Elias, "Have you ever tried standing up instead of waiting for life to lift you?" The question shook him. He had never tried. He had only waited for miracles, waited for hope, waited for someone else to fix what he feared facing. Jesus looked into his eyes. Faith is not knowing the road will be easy. Faith is taking a step even when you cannot see the road. A violent storm struck the Sea of Galilee. Boats overturned. Fishermen screamed for help. Thunder, waves, chaos. Elias stood on the shore, heart pounding. He wanted to save them, but fear chained his feet. Then Jesus stepped into the storm, rains crashing, winds roaring. He raised his voice, "I am here. Do not be afraid." And the storm stilled, not because the wind obeyed, but because hope did. Elias fell to his knees, understanding at last. When one person stands in the storm, others learn they can stand too. The next morning, Elias came to Jesus, but not to complain, not to ask why life was hard. He came to speak the truth he had buried. "Lord, I am afraid, afraid to fail, afraid to lose again, afraid that I'm not worthy." Jesus raised his hand, the hand with scars, and placed it gently over Elias's. "Do you know why I do not hide my scars? Because they are proof that I survived, and so will you." Elias wept, but these tears washed away the weight of years. In the weeks that followed, Elias changed his life. He returned to the sea. He rebuilt his father's home. He helped others the way Jesus had helped him. And when people asked, "Why are you different now?" he answered, "Because someone believed in me, even when I did not believe in myself." And he carried with him 3 lessons he never forgot. That storms don't mean God is absent, only that strength is coming, that scars are not shame, but testimony, and that sometimes all a person needs is one hand reaching out at the right moment to change their life forever. Jesus never promised we would not face storms. He promised that in every storm, He would be there, and that is enough to help any of us stand again.